have truly been looking forward to sharing this with you, our exclusive with Gisele Bundchen. As she releases her new book, the supermodel is sharing her deeply personal struggles, hoping to help others. And she's also opening up about what brings her so much joy right now, and that is motherhood. She's one of the most famous, most successful models in fashion history. But Gisele Bundchen says modeling has never defined the real her.
I want to give back in any way that I can.
In her new book, Lessons, My Path to a Meaningful Life, she reveals her deeply personal journey to health and self-acceptance. You say you were in the valley of your life.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that?
I'm a very visual person. So that's why I describe it as the mountain and the valley. Both of them are incredibly important because from the mountain top you can have a broader view of what's happening. You can see things from the top. There's a lot of sun on the mountain top, you know, which is being on top of my career. The valley is the quieter place where you do the work that doesn't get seen, but it's so important. I've always wanted to be a mom. I've always wanted to have a family. And that was, you know, when I became a mother, it really became my priority. And I just wanted to be with my kids. When I thought about something, I thought about my kids, I was like, I want to be with them, you know. I couldn't see anything more important than being there for them and to be there for my husband too, you know, because for him to have the space to live what he loves so much, and I was actually living what I love so much, which is being a mom and a nurturer and taking care of my family. It was just very different than what I was used to. So it took some time to adjust.
It is so hard to believe where you are now that in your 20s, there was a time that you had panic attacks.
That was definitely rock bottom for me. It started all in a little plane. You know, I was in Costa Rica and I was flying a 6-seater plane, and the plane started shaking like a little leaf. I mean, I was like completely sense of powerless, you know, and I'm a person who always likes to kind of have things under control. That was definitely out of control moment, and it kind of started this kind of fear of being in small spaces. So it started with a little plane ride, but then it became like tunnels, subways, elevators. I mean, I lived in the 9th floor in an apartment. I would go up 9 floors of stairs because I was scared that I would like suffocate. I mean, it was crazy. Like my world just kept getting smaller and smaller, you know?
And you said at one point when you were in that apartment on the 9th floor that you went out on the balcony. And what was going through your mind?
Well, because, sorry. I need this. I know. So, that was, sorry. It's different when you write about it than when you talk about it, right?
Right.
But okay, forget it. Everyone cries, right?
Let me tell you this. When I read it, I cried too. Because to know that knowing who I know now, and so thankful that you got through that period.
Yes.
And you're going to help others.
The reason why I wanted to share this story that to me are very, you know, very private and very, you know, puts me in a very vulnerable position in a way, is because I know that a lot of people are, you know, is with the hopes that people don't feel alone. Life was, it was like I was trapped and I couldn't breathe, and even outside of my own balcony. From that moment on, I realized that my life needed to change.
Thankfully overcoming the urge to jump from that balcony, Gisele committed to a complete lifestyle change, trading in the cigarettes, wine, and sugary coffee drinks that were her norm for a clean, plant-based diet. Something she's teaching her children who help with the family's garden.
They also understand that it takes the time to grow. Like we plant the seeds, and then they plant the seeds, and then they have to wait.
A little meditation?
Yes.
She also credits the discovery of meditation and yoga with saving her life.
Meditation is really noticing, is being in the seat of the observer versus in the monkey mind. Someone told me a quote that I thought it was fantastic one time. The mind is an instrument. Don't let it play you.
Ooh, I'm going to steal
So
that.
do you love that?
I'm going
that
to.
That's a good one, right?
A passionate environmentalist, Gisele says she also finds a sense of peace in nature and the steadiness of her husband, New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady.
He's very calm and very centered. And I feel like, you know, I'm very emotional and very changeable. He's just more like he's more like, you know. What I've learned from him is to kind of take a breath.
Tom has talked about his retirement. He kind of said, I'll play 5 more years, and you've had said some other things. But in the book, you kind of said, what will be, will be.
Yeah, because, you know,
he's happy.
Yes, because when you love someone, you want them to be happy. I never seen someone love something as much as he loves football. And it makes me happy. If I said anything in the past, it's because you have a concern. I mean, if someone you love, if my kid falls, or if someone says something, if they come back home and say, someone said something to me at school, I mean, I turn into a ferocious lion. I'm like, what? You know, I mean, I think it's just the mama bear comes out in me. I'm like, you know, no one is going to hurt someone I love, you know? You just feel very protective of them. So obviously, if someone hurts my children, my husband, anyone I love, I get like a lioness, you know? I want to like, I get more.
But I love how you said when Benny asked you about what's a celebrity, and how you explained that to him.
It was like in the morning. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was making breakfast. I was like, I wonder where he learned that. Who told him that? He's 8, you know? So he's like, Mom, what's a celebrity? I said, you know, a celebrity is simply someone that has a job that is more public than other jobs. You know, it's like Daddy, for example, he plays. Everyone likes sports, and Daddy is part of the team. And then they go and cheer, and then, you know, that's televised, and then more people that don't live in Boston can see it. So it's more visible job. But, you know, your teacher, doctors, there's so many scientists, there's so many incredible people that are doing incredible things in the world, and their job is simply just not visible.
You share so many lessons. This is what your book is about. What is, to you, the most important lesson?
Just live your life with love. I think we all in our essence are good. I believe that, and I believe we're all light, and I believe that we are all really love. And if we want to reconnect to who we are, that's really at the core who we are.
Light and love, that is Gisele, and this book helps people in other ways. All the proceeds of the book go to Agua Limpa Clean Water Project, which was funded by Gisele and her family to protect water resources in her native Brazil. She comes from a big family. She has 5 sisters, including a twin. There's 6 of them. But when she really opened up about her panic attacks and what she thought about when she was on that balcony, and the doctor said she went to see a doctor and they were going to prescribe a drug for her to take. And she says there are people that's what they need. And she just knew herself well enough to say, you know, I got to make some changes. And she did that. But so
she didn't do the drugs at all?
She did not. She did not. But she didn't. But she said that could be for other people.
Yeah.
But her point being that she wanted to let people know that you're not alone when you're struggling through all these things. I think about Ginger in the book that she beautiful wrote and talking about what she went through, that you're not alone. And she said that so many times that people that she would meet would come up to her and say, can you write a letter to my daughter? She's going through X, Y, and Z, and you could help her. So this book is a love letter, and then all the proceeds, again, she's such an environmentalist about her beloved Brazil.
I'm in awe.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful inside and out, as you said earlier. I'm so inspired.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And she was so giving of, you know, a lot of times celebrities don't want you to be at their home, but she gave us all the time. But I also love how she referred to celebrity in talking to her son and saying it's just somebody who has a job that's more visible. Not that it's more important,
right?
But that it's more visible. Yeah.
Great woman. Tough. Yeah.
You guys look
Yeah,
like
great. Yeah. Thank you, Gisele. And lessons, my path to a meaningful life is out today. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.